Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope everybody's having a good day today. Uh, Today is feeling a little rough for me. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. My knees have been hurting. I got both my knee braces on, and it's helping. Uh, oh, damn. Trying to look for the game icon. I couldn't even find it, which I got a couple like demo versions of some games I may play later, or I may just play them off stream. I don't know. Haven't quite made up my mind yet. Let's see, I've got to go into here, got to do this, and do this. There we go. Because for some reason it won't do it automatically anymore. Since the OBS update the other day. And even though I'm a little bit worried this might trigger my vertigo, we're going to try it anyway. And if, okay, we got it going here. Okay, there we go. Of course, I'm going to play on the regular stream save today. And I got to thinking yesterday, after I was done streaming, I don't know if what I was talking about at the beginning made a whole lot of sense because I felt like I kind of started rambling and was maybe losing my train of thought there a bit. But basically, just to kind of recap what I was getting at is that, ran across a random suggested video on YouTube, which led me to watch Project Melody, uh, which led me to watch some videos of her Ludcast, which introduced me to Iron Mouse and Silvervale. And then here and there, I would watch a few clips of them on YouTube. I would see a few clips of collabs that they did, so then I would look into the people that they did the collabs with and watch some of their clips and stuff. And then after a while, I went and started watching some of their live streams. And like it looked fun to me, and it looked like something I wanted to do. So that's how I ended up getting into it. And I still do watch a lot of the people. I think I was trying to count up how many that I try to watch regularly. I'm thinking there's, off the top of my head, I could think of like 10, but I was wanting to think there was close to a dozen, but it might be 10. And then there's others that I try to catch when I can, but as I say, that since I've started streaming myself, it's so hard to catch them anymore, and some of them stream at hours when I'm normally asleep too, so I don't get to watch them as much as I used to. And I try to watch small streamers too when I can. Uh, it would be really nice if I was ever successful at doing this to maybe, what they used to call it, pass it forward or something like that, and maybe help out some small streamers. But And I'm right now. I'm not in a position to do that. I can't help myself. uh, but you know. All right. So let's see. We've got some landslides. To do. There's a vehicle here to pick up. I was thinking there was another one. Could it be on the other map, maybe? I'm not sure. Because I was just working on these maps on that other save. But I don't remember exactly where everything was. But I reckon it's not a big deal anyway. Because like I say, I plan on, once I get through this initial run through of all the maps, of doing just the upgrades and the road repairs and all that, and then I'm going to work backwards through the maps and do um, all the missions and stuff, and try to clear each map completely as I go back, and then end back on the original Michigan. I'm pretty sure it's Michigan maps. The one where you actually start the game. Those maps. Alright, so tell you what, let me go snag up that vehicle first. And then I guess I'll work on these landslides. Still want to think there was at least one other vehicle on here, but I'm not sure. Well, which I've already got the F750, which was on the other map, I believe. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's see. So do I take this one and use the rollback bed? Or do I take this one and just drag it back with a winch? I'm thinking this one and rollback bed. So we're going to customize, go to frame add-ons. Oh, that's the regular flatbed. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do that. Because since it's already showing on the map, all I gotta do is drive over there to it, jump in it, and then recover it. I don't have to actually drag it back. So let's just go do that. That's some thick ass mud. But see, even with this truck being a little bit OP, you still got areas where it wants to get stuck. I don't remember now if it was on stream or if it was on my other save when I was just playing off stream. But I tried using one of the vanilla trucks and I got like 300 yards from the garage and got stuck and could not get unstuck because there was no winch point close enough to attach to. And I couldn't go forwards or backwards. It was just spinning either way I went. I was like, nope, fuck this. Because the only way I could have got it unstuck, I would have had to have got another vehicle, brought it out, and winched it out of there. I always thought it would be fun to do some multiplayer on this, but never known anybody else who had the game. Which I really need to make some friends among the VTuber community. The only problem is, and maybe I'm just overthinking it, maybe I'm just being silly thinking this, but I'm a little bit apprehensive about just, approaching somebody or DMing somebody and saying, hey, you want to hang out sometime and talk and, whatever, off stream, maybe play some games and what have you, because you think probably most VTubers are young enough that I'm probably closer to their parents' age, we'll put it that way. And I just worry that maybe it might come off as a little creepy or something, or they might just think that I just want to hang out with them just to get more exposure or something. But like I say, I would like to do some collabs, but right now I'd be more interested in just making friends with some other VTubers, just to hang out and chat and maybe learn a little bit from them. But yeah, I'm just a little apprehensive about, just hopping into somebody that I don't know's DM saying, hey, want to hang out and play games sometime? I don't know, maybe that's just what I need to do, though. Because I have heard some people say that's what you just got to do, is just DM somebody out of the blue and say, hey, I'm VTuber and just want to hang out and play some games or whatever. I don't know. Here is the truck. There we go, new truck discovered. There we go. Yep, so I can just hop right in, recover it to the garage. And I do believe when I was just talking about how I was kind of, oh, it's still on the map, so let me move over here. I was just trying out one of the vanilla vehicles the other day. This was the one I tried because it was on the other save. I remember now. And yeah, I didn't get very far with it, which it's not. I mean, it's just a scout vehicle, so. But I can show you on the map here. I came out and tried to get up this right here, and I got stuck right in here on these rocks and could not get any further. So it's like, nope, fuck it, I'm gonna stick to my modded trucks. Yeah, I'm just better off going back to the garage and then driving over to this little village to trigger those. So let me do that. Shit, I meant to. Here we go. I'll just recover this back. Leave yet again. I don't know why, but my neck's a little bit sore today. I guess I must have slept on it wrong or something. I don't know. It's like kind of like right at the top of my shoulders, right at the base of my neck. That area. Which I could probably do going to a chiropractor or something. I've never been to one. Which I'm trying to think if the one that diagnosed me with arthritis, if she was a chiropractor, but I think she was something to do with like sports medicine or something though. I don't exactly remember what her full thing was. So landslide in the mountains is the one over there. And then the magnitude of 5 is the one over here. Let's do the landslide in the mountains first. That one's a little further away. And to trigger that, I need to go over here. So I need cargo containers. Alright, so let me go back into the garage. I'm going to swap over to this thing. Actually, I'm not going to bother with the lights. Let me just go in here and skip ahead to morning. It's when I used to play this on console, and so far it seems like it's the same way on here. It seems like you end up driving a lot more at night than you do during the day, so Sometimes I say screw it and just skip to the daytime. 'Cause I get kind of tired of driving at night all the time. You can hear a helicopter. I've never seen one though. This tree is annoying as fuck. Which I already know that for some of the other missions and stuff on these maps, some of the areas where you get the supplies you need to deliver to places has got limited supplies. So and that's what kind of annoys me about some of the maps in this game, is that they'll only give you a certain number of supplies at each thing, so sometimes you have to go way the hell out of your way to go to a place. And I mean, I kind of get why they might have done it, but I don't know, I feel like it's an unnecessary annoyance. Because surely they're not going to set it up in a way, and I haven't run into it, where you need to deliver something somewhere and you can't get whatever you need to deliver from anywhere. Because of course, if they want you to complete the thing, they're going to have to give you what you need to complete it. They can't just say, oh well, nope, that was just an oversight on our part, our bad, you just won't be able to complete that mission. That would make absolutely no sense. Though there are some game developers that I wouldn't put something like that past. But yeah, I don't think they would do anything like that. But yeah, I think they were just kind of, the feel that I get is that as they added more DLC and stuff to this game, they were just kind of playing around with some different concepts just to see what would work and what wouldn't. So they changed some of the things and made it different as to how, like on some maps, you'll have to deliver raw materials to a place and have the stuff made and then take it and haul it to where you got to go. There's, I think, at least one set of maps where you have to take a generator to a place, run the generator, and then basically use the fuel that's in the generator as currency to create stuff. So the generator can sit there and run the whole time and the gas never runs out. But every time you create a piece, it takes a certain amount of the fuel out of that generator, and then you have to keep refilling it to make more stuff to take into it. And I don't know, I just think it's kind of unnecessary. And just makes it a little more frustrating than it should be. At least in my opinion, you know. And that's all it is. It's my opinion, so. I mean, there could be people who really like that aspect. It's entirely possible. Me, I didn't care for it. Because what I would do when I played on console was, whenever I got onto a set of maps like that that had some of that stuff that I felt was a little convoluted and overcomplicated, oftentimes I would just, since I was already on that map, go ahead and do everything that could be done on that map so that when I did leave it, I wouldn't have to come back to it ever again. There's a road there, but I might be able to cross right here. I should be able to, if I can get through here somewhere. I don't know. There's going to be enough of a gap here, but I'm going to try it, so. There may or may not be room to pass right there. I don't know. It looks like I'm only going to be able to deliver to this side of it. So I may have to come up this way. No, that's on the wrong side of the thing, so yeah. I'll go this way and do it. That's the route I'm going to try to go. Which these containers can be a bit top heavy, so you have to be careful with my angles and stuff, which these are some bad angles in these sections here. But you can kind of position yourself in certain ways to minimize the tipping. tell you, it kind of sucks whenever I end up not being able to get enough sleep and all, because it seems like anytime that happens, and right around the time I start streaming, I start getting a little drowsy. It sucks. But since caffeine don't work to keep me awake, there's not much I can do about it if I start getting drowsy to try to. So I do need to cut through here somewhere. Let me see if I can find a way through these trees here and not roll this thing over. Yes, looks a bit dense right here. Maybe if I go left here a bit. Yeah, here we go. There's me a path. I'm gonna be careful through here because it'd be easy to slide off of here or hit one of these big ice chunks at the wrong angle and it flip me over or just send me plumb off here into the drink. And if either one of those happened, it would suck. It almost looks like it's got a... Yeah, I think that's some kind of train car. Possibly a log. Yeah, probably a log car. Oh boy, this is narrow as shit right here. I was worried it would be. It should be okay as long as I don't get too exuberant with my driving here, like I often do. And this I gotta be careful on too because it's straight up ice, so it's really slick. There's some bad angles here. There's these rocks here that you can bounce all over the place on. And there we go, that one's done. So I'll recover this back to the garage. And let's see, we go back to the map, back to the F750. And then I can just go over here and trigger the other one. Accept and start tracking. So I got to take 2 fuel to the landslide. Oh, wrong. Oh no, wait a minute, I got to turn the engine off, so let me do that. Otherwise it'll sit there and run out. Damn it. Yeah, if I don't turn the engine off, it will sit there and run out of gas. I did that the other day, playing on the other save. I forgot to turn the engine off, left it sitting there, and it ran out of gas. Damn, headset's fucking up again. There we go. Finally got the right side to come back in. Which I guess you saw if you was watching yesterday. For the little bit that I played on the other save on this game, that I'm actually using different trucks. I'm using which trucks that are technically American on here, but some of the modded trucks don't have the same location restrictions that some of the vanilla trucks do. Now, some of the modded trucks do still have the region restrictions, so that you can't, if it's American truck, you can't use it on Russian maps, and if it's a Russian truck, you can't use it on American maps. But some of the modded trucks, you can use them on any of the maps. It don't really matter. And let's see, I do need to, so I'll make sure I look two, because sometimes you only got to have one. Which a good thing is, you can go in this little side menu here, and you see it says remove cargo. So if you fuck up and add one you don't need, you can hit that and it'll just delete it, and it goes into the nether. Only problem is if you happen to be on a map that's got limited items for you to deliver, and then you need one and you deleted one, might be one that you actually needed. You can't get it back. So sometimes it's better if you do fuck up and get an extra one. Which usually, if there's a limited number of them, it'll tell you when you're in the little loading screen where you're loading it onto the truck or whatever. It'll tell you in there if there's there's only so many of that item or whatever. I don't know, did what I say just make any sense? I don't think it did. But you know, I'm suddenly feeling kind of drowsy, so my brain ain't working like it should. Which I started feeling that way, I don't know, a couple of hours ago. And then I sneezed, and like I say, if I sneeze, it wakes me up. But yeah, like, you know, if I'm feeling a little drowsy or whatever and need to wake myself up, caffeine don't do shit to me. About the only way I've found that somewhat works is if I eat something really spicy, so that my mouth will burn for a while, and then that kind of helps to keep me awake for a while. I'm getting old. I can't fight sleep like I used to. Can't. You know, when I was in my 20s and to a slightly lesser extent, I guess, even into like my early to mid 30s, you know, there were times I could stay up late and get only a few hours of sleep and still be alright and stuff like that, but anymore, it just gets, the older you get, the harder it gets to do. And the harder it gets to fight it, because I can tell many times after a stream, I'd sit here, uh, start downloading the VOD of that stream, and be watching another streamer or watching a YouTube video or something and just fucking doze off for like an hour or less. As there's been a few times that I've sat here and been watching another VTuber doze off, and when I wake up, I'm suddenly watching a different VTuber because the person I was watching ended stream and raided somebody else. So it's happened a few times. And it's not like it was, you know, anything about the streamer that made me do that. It was just the fact that, you know, I hadn't gotten enough sleep the night before or whatever, and just started getting drowsy and just couldn't fight it because I'm an old, worn out bastard. Oh. So I think that's everything I was going to do on these. Alright, let me go. Shit, I didn't mean to do that. Let me grab the F750. I'll recover it back to the garage. And let's see, that one I do want to retain because I'm going to take it with me to the next set of maps, which will be Yukon. Which I think on the American maps on here, I think I was using that international, that Bartleby's international, whatever it was. I might. I might get rid of that and get the Pacific. Bartleby's Pacific P512 instead. Because I like it a little better. And that's what I've been using on the other save. Yeah, I think it's a different model than what I've been using. Which should be... might be here. Let's see what I got here. I don't even fucking remember. Because I don't think I got enough money to just outright buy the P12. I'm wanting to think it's 130 some thousand. So there's the Ranger and that thing. So maybe it's on one of the other ones. Let's see, this one's got a garage. It's got some trucks in it. Oh yeah, I think it's at Bart's International, something or other, whatever it was. Done clicked off it before I could see the whole thing. Yeah, this one. That is the HX520. Yeah, so that's that one. And that's one of the DLC trucks. I'll tell you what, Dan. Since I've got the modded version of that, let me sell this one. And I'm on buy. Let me see, it's turn the mods only on. And let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay, this one has the diff lock always on, so this is the one I want. The 512T. Also like this one right here, the Bart's Paystar 5600 XS. That one's a pretty cool one. Which that one, where it's a lot longer, because you notice it's got the triple axle in the back with the dual steering and set up in the front. But it's longer. There's actually a bed for it that has 3 slots in it instead of just 2. Plus, you can haul with the Bart's modded one. I can't remember if you can do it with the vanilla one or not, but I know you can with the modded one here. You can haul the long logs on it. Whereas with the other trucks, you have to get the front part on the back of the truck, and then there's a trailer part that you got to add to it to haul the long logs. But on this truck, I think you can do the long logs without using a trailer. So this is the one we want. And let's see, we'll go ahead and customize it up, and then I'll move it to the new maps. Decide which engine I want here. So the one that it's got is the one I'm going to stick with. I'll stick with that. I'll do the unbreakable flex. Because I've noticed on a lot of the maps, there will be spots where it doesn't even look like there's anything there, but every time you go over it, it'll do damage to your suspension. I've had that happen on a few of the maps. So I like with these modded trucks that have the unbreakable, I like using that because it can be a problem when you start breaking suspension shit. I want to do. I'm not going to run into any snow, I don't think, on these maps. Now, see, here's another thing. You see right here, this is the one that comes with it. And it's not considered OP. So you got Asphalt 2.1, Off-Road 3.3, Mud 3.3. You switch to the OP, the Asphalt one doesn't change. Off-Road only goes up uh, to 3.9, and the Mud only goes up to 4.4. So it's not like it's crazy OP. It's just a little OP. And it keeps the game from turning into a winching simulator. That's why I like using them. I'm gonna sell those. High-powered winch and diff lock. That's the snorkel. I like the big tall ones. Get the engageable. I was thinking it was a different. Yeah, there's this crane. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get that crane and that bed. So I think once you get the color change done, I think this bed kind of matches this truck fairly well. I mean, the stripes are a little bit off, but you know, if you kind of squint your eyes a little bit and turn to the side and look at it through your peripheral vision, yeah, you can't tell. Get some mud flaps, because why the hell not? Let's just do both since we can. Which front bumper do I like best? That one's pretty sweet. That one's not too bad. And I think I like this one the best. So let's go with that one. Let's see what we got here. No. Oh shit, didn't mean to back all the way out of it. Don't want the extra lights because I do use this thing in the snow. It'll fucking blind you with all those extra lights on it. Tell you what, let's do the straight flat caps. I do like the old school flat cap exhaust. Yeah, stick with that one, I think. Yeah, I like the looks of that one the best, I think. hand with the itching. Oh shit. Which I've got an easy way to scratch an itch. Called a sanding block. Or sanding sponge, actually. They're basically a sort of a semi-soft sponge, I guess. It's just coated with, sanding grit on all sides. And I found a long time ago that they actually come in really handy for scratching kind of persistent itches. Let's see, alright. I meant the bed didn't change. Now it showed it changed. Okay, maybe I just forgot to hit the button to actually set that as the paint job. Maybe that's the problem. Alright, now I can retain that. Go back to here and go back to the Yukon. Go to the garage. Now that vehicle there is one you can pick up on one of these maps in this pack. And you actually have to have it because there's a couple of there's at least one or two missions, I think, that where you have to move a trailer like the one that was in that still photo there on the loading screen. And it's, I think that might be the only thing that will attach to those, is that caterpillar thing. Okay. So I'll go hit that one first, and we'll come back and do these three. I kind of remember these maps, but I don't remember everything exactly. I'm sure it'll come back to me as I play on them a little bit. Which right over there sits that thing. I think you have to, before you can use it, you have to do a little mission where you go over there and repair it or refuel it or something. Oh, wait a minute. The bridge is broken. No pass. The bridge says you shall not pass. Let's see, is this a trigger point? Yeah, here we go. So I guess I'll have to fist. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we'll have to fix this bridge before we do the damn tower over here. So we got North Bridge, North Bridge, and the store, and you want to use a shortcut. You're damn right, because I don't want to have to drive, through a damn river. And I can pick up what I need right there. Shit. Then I just figured out another way to turn the lights off and on. I've been just reaching over and hitting the L button on the keyboard, but apparently I can hit the left button and the B button on the controller. And it turns them off and on. Didn't do it without holding down the left bumper. So this is another one of those maps that's got some weird shit for loading and unloading cargo. Oh boy. Warehouse. I'll get over there, I reckon. We're a little too late to start turning. Which, one good thing about having yawning fits is they do tend to wake me up. Alright, now if you look, some of these are limited. See, wooden planks, there's only 2 here. Metal rolls, there's only 4. Small pipes, there's only 2. Fuel, there's only 6. Cement, only 10. But metal beams, you can get them all fucking day. Which is good for fixing bridges and shit, because that's usually what they require. But for the missions that need the other shit, you just gotta hope you got enough and don't lose any of them. Because honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't ever remember it happening. But if, say, you know, you've got a limited number of cargo and you accidentally delete something and then need it later. I don't know if there's a way to get it back. You know, as bad as I am about hitting buttons and shit like that, I feel like I might have done it on console before, but oh, it's been so long ago. Oh, that's right, I gotta hold it to switch to... No, it's on cargo management. There we go. I forgot this one's like it. It's a little weird. Yay! I'm a 17 now. Rank 17. So that may be the only repair on this map. I guess I won't know until I unlock all the towers, though. Cords. Always in a damn way. Now, I think most of what I'll be doing on this map through this initial shit here are just collecting the towers and the upgrades and fixing the roads. I don't think I'll have to worry too much about any of that limited shit. But when I come back through and start doing all the rest of them, I have to make sure I don't screw any of that up. But you'd figure they would since they made it work that way, that they would make a way that you could rectify it if you did somehow fuck up and delete a cargo or something. I'm wondering if I should go this way or if I should continue around this way. Decisions. I think I'm gonna try going this way. Oh, this could turn out to be a mistake. Oh, something about this seems right, maybe? take a right here. So where the fuck does the road go from here? Oh, actually, I probably should have went straight instead. Is it straight on this road or the other road? Yeah, straight on this one. So I think it's diesel way. Yeah, this is it here because I can see the edge of the tower there. I can see the whole thing now. Which this one, I can't remember. It might be one of the maps where even if you get the towers, it may not necessarily show you all the stuff that you need to collect. But I'm not going to worry too much about it though, because you know, if I do just happen to miss something, maybe I can come back and get it when I come back through the maps. I think I'm going to take a quick break right quick and just get up, walk around a little bit and stretch and see if I can't kind of perk myself up a little bit. So let me pause this and I will be right back. Walked around a little bit, tried to stretch it a little bit. Got myself some water. Thought maybe that might perk me up a little bit. Because I very, very rarely drink plain water. I know I probably should, but the only time I can sort of stand. Let's see, I see an upgrade down here already. I don't know if there's a way to get to it this way though. That may be too deep to cross. It looks like. No, that's just where it's grayed out. There is a place to cross somewhere way over down in here, but I guess I'll just worry about the tower. And then I can come back and get that. So I'm just going to recover this back to the garage, since I'd have to go back by the garage anyway to get to the next tower. But anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, I can't really do plain water. Most time, if I'm gonna drink water, I'll have some of those little flavor, sugar-free flavor packets you can get to put in bottled water or whatever. I'll use those to just give it a little flavor. But now, there have been a few times where, and it's usually after I've been out in the yard fucking around doing stuff, that I'll just get like really, really thirsty for some reason, and then I'll just chug some plain water. And after I chug a bit of it, then I'm fine, and I go back to drinking coffee or tea. I do need to cross over. I think there's a spot somewhere down here where the road gets close to the shore. I think there's a spot to cross. I think this is it here. Yeah. So I could it's got a lot of trees and stuff right close to the edge. I'm sure there's a road that goes back through here somewhere. So I'm thinking I want to go over here and get this upgrade while I'm over here, before I go hit that tower. So I'll tell you what, fuck it. I'll just head this way and follow this road and see where it takes me, because as I go along the road, it'll open up at least some of the area on either side of the road and stuff anyway. Because we in the old F-750, we ain't got no worries about getting through rough areas. I just don't want to end up sunk into the deep water. Alright, over here. The road does keep going though. Looks like it might end right here. If it's shallow enough though, I might can work my way around the shoreline here and get to that grade. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Maybe mark it here. This might be a tough spot right here though. So I don't know that I can go around here. I might have to go over. Let's try going around anyway. Yeah, I think we might can squeak by here. Pardon me. Tire hung up on that tree. Wow, there's a house back in here. How the fuck would you ever get in and out of this house? Only way you'd be able to get here is by a fucking boat. I mean, I enjoy rural living and, you know, kind of living out in the boonies, but this is just a little bit ridiculous here. But to be fair, it don't look like anybody's lived in it for a while either, so. Now, where do I want to go? I guess I'm just going to have to kind of follow that back around, I guess, here. Can I get turned around? I think I can here. See, I just barely bumped that fucking rock, and it did. Like 1 point of engine damage. Which ain't a lot, but as I know early on when I first started playing this game, I did have a little bit of trouble with causing too much damage and ended up breaking shit because I was only using vanilla trucks then. I hadn't gotten any mods yet, because a lot of times if I get a new game that I haven't played before, I'll try to play it without mods for a while, and then, you know, once I kind of get a feel for the game and kind of see what's what, and all that, then I'll start looking for mods. Because, you know, taking that time to play the game a little bit and kind of getting to know the game and whatever also kind of gives you some ideas for mods that you might want if they exist. And you can find them and you can install them. Which luckily this is one of the games that has a built-in mod manager, which I always prefer games to have that because it just makes adding mods so much easier. Because with some games it gets a little bit complicated trying to figure out how to add mods in and get them to work. Some of them you may have multiple steps that you got to go through. And I'm old, man. I'm not as familiar as how to do all this shit as, you know, people younger than me who have been doing it since they were knee high to a grasshopper. So it takes me a while to figure this shit out, and sometimes I can't figure it out. Or I just haven't been able to find what information I need to be able to figure it out. It's like there's I think 2 or 3 mods that I downloaded for 7 days that I never could figure out how to get them to work. And I've looked up information on how to get them to work, but I haven't found anything that sort of explicitly tells me how to get them to work. It just gives you a vague idea. I can remember going on this road because this road's a pain in the ass. Very tight, curvy trees right up on you. Oh, there's an international scout. And right there is the tower. So yeah, I go this way, I believe. Yeah, right there it is. I can see it now. Didn't see it there for a second. Which the only reason I ain't put no kind of flavoring in this water is because I don't have any. I used the last that I had the other day. So I'm going to have to fix this bridge before I can continue on. So I guess I'll head back down. If I can find a place to cross over here somewhere. I guess I could have also went around this way as well. Let's try to go this way on the down slope here. I think right over here is where I crossed before. Doesn't look like there's any way to get across over through here. Might be something over that way, but I can't. Let's see. Oh, there might be something right here. Oh, yeah. I think I can cross right here. And then I can go over here and trigger this. So yeah, it looks like I can get through here. Middle beams ×2. Actually, I'm going to leave it back a little ways because I might want to turn around there. Don't know yet. Yeah, okay. Warehouse. This is a pretty fun truck to drive too. Me about a bit bouncy sometimes, but still fun. Which actually sometimes the bouncy can be fun as long as it's not causing you to dump your cargo all the time. This one does pretty good though. And if you're wondering about the string tile, which is just a bunch of numbers. I couldn't think of anything to write, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to hit a bunch of number keys and I'll stop when I feel like it. That's what I did. Oh, damn it. You're better getting up and walking around and stretching only helped me for so long. I hate these little rickety bridges like this. They make me a little nervous. It's easy to get a little bounce or something going to bounce your ass right off of the bridge. Oh, there's that some bitch. There's a pain in the ass. Did I go the wrong fucking way? No, I still got a ways to go. Okay. Yeah, this map here tends to wind you around quite a bit, trying to get from one place to the next. Oh. Turning radius ain't the best on this truck, but not the worst either, I don't believe. Oh, damn it. Oh, that was a good stretch. Ow. I've often thought, man, I need my back cracked really good. I've never had my back cracked. I have had it pop sometimes just on its own when I was moving around or something. Like, not the whole thing, but like certain vertebrae and stuff, I have had them pop. Which I've yet to hear of anybody else having this happen to them, but sometimes, like, if I stretch and I'm pulling my shoulders back, sometimes my sternum will pop. Which I guess is a bit weird, because like I say, I've never heard anybody else that I can remember say that they've had that happen to them. And it actually happens fairly often. Oh. I forgot the little shortcut this time. Of course, I don't know that it's a shortcut because it does take longer to get through there since it slows down so much. Ugh. Fucking swamps. Why you always gotta put me in a swamp, motherfuckers? But let me drive on some nice sunny roads. Oh wait, I've got another game for that. Which there are some modded map packs you can get that have like a lot more clear, clean, paved roads and shit like that. There was one map pack that I tried on console, Highway Holland. I didn't get to play fully on it, but I got to play quite a bit on the first like base map. It was actually pretty fun. I kind of enjoyed the map. But I haven't added any mod map packs to this version yet. Sorry, I keep pausing, but I'm just trying to get myself woke up here because you can hear how much I'm yawning. Fuck, what time was it when I even woke up this morning? So, I don't remember now if it's something at 3 or something at 4. But I remember it was either just shortly before 6 or just shortly before 7. I'm wanting to say 6 though, because it was still pretty fucking dark. I was sitting here watching something, and I heard a car door shut, and then I heard the neighbor's dog going nuts. So I went downstairs, which I needed coffee anyway. And I noticed a vehicle sitting at the end of my neighbor's driveway. Not the one with the dog, but the other neighbor. And it was acting a little weird, so I don't know what was going on with it, but it was sitting at the end of the driveway. And it pulled out in the road and stopped and was just sitting there. Then I heard a door close again. And then finally the car left because I kind of stood there and kept an eye on it for a few minutes because, you know, it's a little unusual out in the country. Because my neighbors, because I've got 3 neighbors, one on either side and one behind. And I know the one on that side and the one behind share a driveway. And I know one of them's retired. I think the other one's retired. So I highly doubt it would have been either one of them. But yeah, it was just a little weird to see a car sitting there that early and hearing a door open and shut a couple times. Where the hell am I even going? I'm getting all fucking... Oh, I'm going back to the warehouse to get more shit. I'm fucking... Ugh, I'm losing my shit. But yeah, even though it was strange, I don't know if it was anybody doing anything nefarious or, maybe it could have been uh, somebody that maybe they was on their way to work and maybe heard a car make a noise or something didn't feel right or whatever. Maybe they were stopping to check that out to see if there was something wrong or... Like I say, when you live out in the country and you see something a little strange going on, you're going to pay attention. Yes, we'll be sure. I might have to pause here again and take these damn knee braces off because I feel like they're starting to hurt my knees now. That's a problem with just about every single, because I've got this pair of knee braces, which are just slip-on compression knee braces, and then I've got a brace that doctor that told me that I got arthritis in my knees. Well, she did say specifically my right knee. But I'm sure it's in both by now, because that's been quite a few years ago. And I can't remember if she said there was damage to my left knee or not. But I mean, shit, both my knees have hurt pretty much all day, every day since I was like 14 years old. So... 36 years. Yeah. So yeah, my knees have pretty much hurt all day, every day for like 36 fucking years now. Which, for probably at least the first 10 to 15 of those years, the pain wasn't that bad. It was easily tolerable. And then as I've gotten older, it's just gotten worse. Of course, it's not rheumatoid. It's the kind of arthritis you get just from joint damage. And like I said, I don't know if I've mentioned this or not. I'm pretty sure I have. But as a teenager, I had what's called Osgood Schlotters, which is something that typically you see in teenage athletes. But I think the reason I ended up with it was because I used to ride a bicycle all the time. And of course, riding a bicycle, your knees kind of act as your shock absorbers. And I think that's kind of what did it to me. But what happens is, since the growth plates in your shins still haven't completely solidified, what happens is I don't know if you'd really call it damage, but from doing sports or something like that, where it, kind of beats on your knee a bit. What can happen is that growth plate, basically, it just swells up from being irritated, from being beaten up or whatever, playing sports, or like in my case, riding a bicycle. Uh, and then if it goes untreated and the growth plate is still swollen when it solidifies, then it can stay that way from then on, and it can cause chronic knee pain. And of course, that's what happened to me. Mine solidified that way. So now that spot where that growth plate was in my shin actually sticks out further than my kneecap, which is why I can't kneel. If I kneel, then that part of my shin actually contacts the floor first, and it hurts like a sumbitch. And which actually I didn't even know what the fuck it was until I won't say I was in my 30s. Because back then, like I say, you didn't go to the doctor for every little thing like some people do. And I wasn't in the habit of studying people's knees, so I didn't really realize that there might be something wrong with mine with them being that way beforehand. Because it's easily treated, I think. If you catch it before that growth plate solidifies, I think you just, like put ice on it or whatever, and it usually goes down pretty quick. But, like I say, I didn't know no damn better. But I remember in my early to mid 20s, I did go to a doctor for the knee pain. And the doctor never even fucking looked at me the whole time I was there. Of course, the nurse took me into the room, and I sat there and waited on the doctor to come in. He came in stared at his papers the entire fucking time he was in there, asked me a few questions, said, you need to do leg lifts. The kind where you sit down and you have your leg over the thing and your ankle hooked under the thing, and it's got the weights on the end, and you lift, I guess it works, what is it, your quads or something? But anyway, he told me that's what I needed to do. Got up and left. Never fucking laid eyes on me. I guarantee you, if you had somebody standing just outside the door of that exam room, and as soon as he walked out, if they had asked him what I looked like, he couldn't have fucking told you. Guarantee it. And granted, I never went to see that fucking doctor again. Fuck that sumbitch. And, but yeah, I knew he was full of shit. But, after that, I just kind of gave up on it for a while. Didn't worry about it. I just kind of dealt with it as best as I could, tried to live with it. Then, I guess, when I was in my early 30s, I guess it would have been, and was doing the electric and plumbing work, it started getting a bit worse. And at that time, I bought some knee braces myself. And the kind I bought were the kind that had the metal um, bars on either side with the hinges, and they had the Velcro straps that go around the back, and they may have even had like a gel thing in around that center hole that goes over top of where your kneecap is. I bought two of those to wear when the knee pain was like really bad, and they worked really well. Still do, and I still got them. But the problem is, uh, if I wear them for more than like an hour or two, then those start to hurt my legs. Because to keep them from moving around, you have to put them on fairly tight, and then the Velcro digs into the back of my leg and all this mess. So I can't wear them for more than an hour or two. And then, like I say, I got the one that the doctor that told me I had the arthritis, at least in the one knee, which it's probably in both knees by now. She gave me one, and it doesn't have the metal hinges, but other than that, it's fairly similar to the two that I bought when I was doing electric plumbing work, except the whole front portion of it's made out of like it's almost like a rubber and plastic hybrid kind of thing. It it's weird because it feels like it has qualities of both, and but it's also got Velcro straps on the back, so I could only wear it for an hour or two, and it would actually start to hurt worse than the fucking knee pain. So I didn't wear them all that much, and just tried to deal with it as best I could, and would only use them if the knee pain just got fairly unbearable. And then I would only wear them long enough for the knee pain to ease up, and then I'd take them off and wait again till the knee pain was unbearable. Rinse and repeat. And I thought I need to find me some that don't have the Velcro straps and all that. And then I ran across these through an insurance program that allows you to get like up to a certain amount, certain monetary amount worth of stuff like once a year out of a catalog. And I just happened to think, I've been wanting some better knee braces that I could wear that don't hurt my damn leg worse than the knee pain. And they had those in there, so I got those, and they've been really good so far. Shit, wrong fucking thing. One of these days, I will learn to hit the right button at the right time to do what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Actually, I probably won't ever do that. I'll probably always hit the wrong fucking buttons at least a few times. No shit. Again. I'm gonna blame lack of sleep. That's what I'm gonna do. Sounds good to me. I'll blame lack of sleep. Fucking my head up. Fucking my brain up. It's another thing I think where it seems like the modded trucks work better is I can remember, for the longest time when I only played with the vanilla trucks, it seemed like the steering was very sluggish in game, and it feels better. The steering feels a lot better on most of the modded trucks, and of course, a couple of them can get a little bit twitchy if you just, kind of hammering down every fucking where you go, which I kind of do. This is a bitch to drive through, and there's another similar section over here. There might be another bridge to fix. I'll see when I kind of open that section of the map up. But yeah, sometimes my knees will just get to aching so bad I can't even hardly think straight because just kind of occupies my mind with how much they hurt. But luckily, I don't think I'll have to deal with that anymore because I think these newest knee braces I got will take care of that problem for me. I'm hoping anyway. Who knows what'll happen as I get older though. But you never really know. Or you never know. Maybe eventually some company will come along that actually looks for solutions to medical problems and looks for actual cures, unlike pharmaceutical companies we got now, which just seem to only want to keep people on pills for their entire lives. Is what I heard somebody say, a customer cured as a customer lost, or something like that. I forget who it was or where it was I heard that, and I may be quoting it wrong too, but it was something along those lines. And honestly, in my opinion, I think a lot of the things that still afflict people these days, I think a lot of those things actually could be cured if it wasn't for interference from companies that don't want that stuff on the market because it would cut into their profits. Yeah, I am going to have to do this bridge here, which is going to take wood planks. It's only going to take 2 of them. Wrong button. Again. And I think I'll just snag those along the way right there. See, that's another thing that some of these maps have. They got these sort of unfinished buildings that you can get a little bit of materials from. But usually it's only one load's worth of materials and then it's done. But yeah, as you go through the maps and you see a lot of the different stuff that they've added to each map pack, it really does kind of feel like they would just, between the release of each map pack, they would just kind of sit around in the boardroom or whatever and think, what should we add, or what could we add, anything we want to try, and they just throw out ideas and fuck it, let's try this one. They just added in there with them. Nice, alright, there's... Guess if I'd been looking ahead of where I was instead of looking at the side of the fucking truck going down through there, could have saw that. Again, I'll blame me like asleep. Fuck. I was worried the camera collision against that bank there might have fucked with my vertigo. But yeah, like speaking of medications, like I know a lot of stuff has been coming out lately about long-term effects of certain medications and things. And like I was looking up I may have mentioned this already, but I was looking up side effects of the blood pressure medicine I take. Two of the side effects, and apparently they only affect like 1% or even a little bit less than 1% of the people who take that medication. And two of them affect me. One of them was the positional dizziness, which for me, if I bend over or squat down, then I'll get dizzy when I stand up, but it doesn't do it if I'm sitting down. And that was one of the side effects that was listed, at least on the website I saw. And the other one was vertigo, which I get now and then, which occasionally can be triggered by camera collisions in driving games, which I was lucky to finally run across that mod for Farming Simulator. Which I looked. I did look for one for this one, but I haven't found one yet. Which I think I've only looked through the in-game mod manager. Yeah, I'm still going the right way. I figured out a cool trick on my phone this morning. If I want to set an alarm, I can actually use, since I have the Spotify app on there, I can use any song off of Spotify as an alarm sound. Check to see if I could use them as ringtones as well, like set individual ringtones for different people in my contact list or whatever. But I don't think there's a way to do that. There might be an app you can download that would allow you to do it, but yeah, I don't give a fuck. I hate talking on the phone anyway. I'd rather use Discord. Don't know why. There's not really that much difference in it. You're still just talking to somebody over an electronic device, but I don't know. It's one of those weird aversions that I seem to have, and to me it seems weird as well, but it is what it is. Which, I don't care that much about having a phone. Because I rarely talk on one anyway. Like I say, I use Discord most times I want to talk to somebody anyway. But they do come in handy, because you never know when you might be out somewhere and something happened and you need to get a hold of somebody. Of course, if you're in a place where you ain't got no signal, you fucked anyway, but is this like when I was 19 and rolled my truck off? And there no cell phone back then, which, hell, that was what, 93? Yeah, that would have been in 93, so, cell phones weren't as common back then. But yeah, it would have saved me from walking up a dirt road out in the middle of nowhere at midnight and trying to walk up somebody's door and knock on the door and ask if I could borrow their phone. Because, you get out in the country in some places and you knocking on somebody's door at midnight, that some people just fucking shoot you and don't give a shit. Like, nope, they must be doing something, so fuck them. Put a bullet in them. Because, country people don't fuck around. But, I was lucky, which the first house I passed had some dogs barking as I walked by, so I didn't want to take a chance on walking in there and having a dog bite me or whatever. I mean, hell, I just rolled a fucking truck over on this roof. Which luckily I wasn't hurt. I had a bad skin place on the shin of my right leg because the truck actually went up in the air, turned upside down, and turned around backwards. Landed on its roof and slid down the road backwards. But when it landed on its roof, my shin hit the fuse box under the dash, and that skinned it pretty good. Other than that, though, I wasn't hurt. Which is damn lucky. Because, well, what caused me to wreck to begin with was I was going down a hill into a 90-degree turn. This is on a single lane dirt road. And I hit some washboards, and the truck I was driving was a small pickup, so it was really light in the back, and the back end just got to hopping on them washboards, and it caused the back end to go sideways on me. And I got it corrected, but the problem was by the time I got it corrected, I was too close. There was a bank on the inside of the turn that I was going into, and then on the outside was a drop off. And it was just a drop off into like a cow field. But there was like a small stream, and there was a barbed wire fence just off of the edge of the road, maybe 3 or 4 feet. But the problem was by the time I got the truck corrected from the skid, I was too close to that bank on the inside of the turn, and my front tire just barely caught it, and when it did, it just jerked the wheels all the way to the left. Now, I never let go of the steering wheel. That's the craziest thing. But I never let go of the steering wheel. It did not jerk the steering wheel out of my hands, and it did not break any of the bones in my hand. How the fuck that happened, I don't know. But yeah, when it did that, the truck tried to shoot up the bank, which it couldn't do because it was damn near vertical. So the truck went up in the air, upside down, and turned around backwards, and then landed flat on its roof and slid backwards down the road, down the hill, which it could have easily went off of the other side and down that bank. And if that had happened, I would have been badly hurt, probably, because it would have been at least 50 feet, if not 100. And it was almost straight down. Very steep. Plus there was that old barbed wire fence there just off the edge of the road too, which could have caused problems. But yeah, it was wild because as it was all happening, it was like almost like it was in slow motion as it was happening. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't run out of gas. What did it turn off for? Oh, maybe because I set the controller down for a second. But, yeah, anyway. Where the hell was I even going with that story? I done lost my fucking train of thought now. Don't even remember why the hell I was even telling that now. Holy shit. Because I know what was before I was talking about my knees. I don't know, fuck it. It's just absolutely, completely lost my fucking train of thought. I mean, that train of thought didn't just derail, that motherfucker went through a portal into another dimension. I'll switch back to this, and now I can go across the bridge and hit that watchtower. But yeah, it was kind of crazy because I can remember seeing the ground because I could see the bank through the windshield because it was at night. Like I say, it was probably close to midnight, and so the headlights was illuminating the bank that I had just clipped. Oh, where the fuck is the tower? Okay, it's to my right. It's like, where the fuck? There it is. But yeah, I watched the bank, invert. I remember seeing the cracks go through the windshield from the two top corners down to the center when it landed on its roof. And I remember hearing and feeling the back glass completely blow out. My shin hit the fuse box under the dash. I remember there was a light for something that was just kind of dangling under the dash, and I remember watching it loop itself up and go back up and under the dash as the truck went upside down. Stuff that was laying in the floorboard or in the... I had some kind of little console I'd put in there, I think. Or maybe the truck had one, I don't even remember now. But I remember seeing that stuff falling and landing on the inside of the roof. And as soon as the truck came to a stop, I had my window cracked. The driver's side window, I had it rolled down about, I don't know, just a few inches. And I have no fucking clue how I did it. But somehow I managed to unfasten my seatbelt and then feet first on my stomach crawled out through that window. And I have no idea how I did it. Which it did kind of, I felt the glass catch at my lower back just for a split second, and then I was still able to scoot on out through it. Which actually, the very first thing I did was reached up and turned the ignition off because I was worried it might catch fire, because I'd actually had that truck catch fire once because the battery didn't have a tie down on it. And I'd hit a bump and the battery had bounced up against the hood and shorted out for a short second, and it burnt. It was crazy because it burnt the wires right beside the friggin' gas tank. But luckily it didn't. It just burnt the wires for a few seconds and then it went out. And it was the wires going to the tail light, so I ended up having to rewire that. But so yeah, I was kind of worried about that, and I remember watching the oil pour out of the motor, and I thought I'd got the engine shut off quick enough, but I found out later after I'd rebuilt the truck that I hadn't done it, because just a few months after I started driving the truck again, the fucking engine went out of it, which is why I ended up selling it, because even though I'd rebuilt it, because when I rebuilt it I also used the transmission out of the truck that I got the replacement cab off of, and then that transmission went bad like maybe month and a half after I started driving the truck again. So I swapped the original transmission back into it, And the only reason I swapped them was because the parts truck I bought to get the cab off of had a 5-speed in it, and the truck originally had a 4-speed. And I felt the truck needed that extra gear because it's only a 4-cylinder truck. Like I say, it's a small truck. And so I swapped that back out. There's a funny story about that too. Uh, but I'll tell that some other time. But yeah, fuck it, I'll go ahead and tell it now. My buddy was helping me put the transmission in it, and I was doing it in that little small ass garage. And it was at night, and I had a drop light under there, and we was wrestling with that thing. And of course, it's a fucking transmission, it's heavy, and we was wrestling with it, trying to get it up in there, and we needed to take a break and let our arms rest a little bit, so we eased the transmission down onto the floor, let our arms rest, and then we went to try again to get it back up in there. But we both, and at first we didn't realize that we were both feeling it, but we was feeling this slight tingling sensation in our arms whenever we grabbed the transmission. Come to find out, we'd set some bitch right down on the cord to the drop light, and it had actually cut just enough through the sheathing that it was sending electricity through the fucking transmission casing. So it, give us a little tingle. That was funny. And but yeah, anyway, then it would, like a couple months later, the fucking engine blew up in it. Because for that short time that it had been starved for oil when it was upside down, I guess it had done a lot of damage to the main bearings and stuff. And after that, I was fed up with working on the fucking truck and just sold it. What really sucked was I had always wanted to do a 4-wheel drive conversion on that truck, but for that body style, those year models, they never made a factory 4-wheel drive. But the slightly newer body style, the model that followed that one, they did make a 4-wheel drive. And what really pissed me, it kind of pissed me off, was right after I sold that truck, I found a 4-wheel drive, slightly newer truck for sale for slightly more than what I sold that truck for. Because I ended up selling it for like $100 because the motor was blowed up in it. But I found one for sale for like $150 because the body was rusted off of it, according to the ad that I read. So I could have bought that, swapped my body over onto it, and had me a 4-wheel drive. But I'd already sold the fucking truck, so. But anyway, like I said, I don't even remember why in the fuck I was even telling that story anyway. So I think I can go back this way and get that. But yeah, I mean, it happened out in the boonies. It was late at night. I think it was during a week, so. And so yeah, anyway, I found somebody that, let me in, let me use their phone. And I called my parents, and they came out to where I'd wrecked. And they tried calling a guy that they'd grown up with that ran a towing service, but he couldn't come out and get it. So my dad stayed with the truck, and my mom took me to a friend's house, and I rousted him out of bed to come pull the truck home for me. And I don't know where we found the stuff. We found a rope or a chain or something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. And he brought his little truck. And when we got back, somebody had come along while we were gone and stopped, and they had helped my dad flip the truck back onto its wheels. And I guess he tried to open the door, because the door was open and it wouldn't shut back, because the cab, the whole top of the cab was actually bent forward a little bit, and the place where it bent was right where the door striker was, so the door wouldn't close back. And but anyway, we hooked the rope to it or whatever. I got in the truck, tied the fucking door shut, because remember, there's no back glass in it anymore, so it's all open. And my buddy pulled it back to my house, and my parents followed us or whatever. And when we got back home, they went straight back to bed because they had to work the next day. So, and me, I went in the kitchen, fixed myself something to eat, sat down, relaxed for a little bit, and then I went out. I went straight out there and started taking the truck apart. And then, yeah, it was just so happened another guy that I went to school with just happened to have the same model truck for junk, for parts. So I got it for a little bit of nothing, got it towed to the house, and like I say, I stripped everything out of it, swapped the cabs over, put most of the original stuff back in the truck, and drove it for a while. And then the transmission went out, swapped that back, drove it for a little while longer, motor went out, and I said, fuck it, sold it. There's a little telehandler with some pallet forks on it. Let's see, the other tower is up here. But yeah, I don't remember what the fucking point of me telling that story was. But anyway, that's the story. And the crazy thing about it is I actually wasn't going very fast. I was probably, I mean, I might have been going a little bit faster than I should have been on that kind of road. But I know damn well I wasn't doing more than like 30 mile an hour. But it was just, you know, the fact that that truck was very light in the back. And you hit them washboards, and if you've ever been on a dirt road and hit washboards, you know what I'm talking about. But it got the rear end to bouncing really bad. Of course, that caused the rear tires to lose traction, and going into the curve, it just caused the back end to slide around. Oh, I've got good ways to go before I get to that. But yeah, luckily that was one of only, I guess, 3 accidents I've had. Because the other one was when a deer ran into the side of the car. And I blamed the deer for that one because I saw the deer before I got to it, and I stopped because it was kind of late at night as well, so there wasn't many cars out because I was working evening shift in a factory. And I was coming home and I saw the deer standing on the side of the road. So I actually came to a complete stop because I just knew that somebody was going to run across the road in front of me. So I came to a complete stop to give the deer all the opportunity in the world to cross the road if it wanted to. And it just stood there looking at me like a fucking statue. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to ease on through here. So I started moving through the curve, and of course, no sooner than I got beside the deer, that some bitch took off like a bat out of hell, ran slap into the side of the fucking car. Caved the fender in, and then it flopped again the door and shit all down the side of the car and broke the side mirror off. Other than that, it didn't hurt the car that much. But yeah, I got the mirror replaced and never did bother fixing the fender. I pulled the fender out enough to where the door wouldn't hit it when you opened it, and then just kind of left it that way. Let's see. I know there is a sort of a road that goes through here. I don't remember which it's right here. I'll just follow this. And then the other accident I had was another little car I had. I was at the time I was doing some contract delivery work for a newspaper. And I was going across a 2-lane, well, I guess you'd say 4-lane bridge. Had 2 lanes going in each direction. And I was in the left-hand lane of the ones going in the direction as me. And I needed to stop and get gas. So I looked, there was a gas station just ahead, and I was looking over to see what the gas price was. And then all of a sudden I felt a little jolt and I heard something. I thought I ran over something. So I pulled off, and I just happened to look over at the passenger side, and I noticed that the outside of the door at the bottom of the window looked funny. And it's like, oh fuck. So I got out and looked. Whole fucking side of the car is caved in. Not super bad, but bad enough. And then I looked down the road, and there was a little pickup truck sitting there with its left blinker on in the right hand lane, and I could see a little scrape on the bumper. So they tried to make a left turn from the right hand lane, and I just happened to be coming by when they did, and it took the whole side out of the car. And it was an older couple, and you know, I made sure they was okay and all that, and we exchanged information and whatever, and then went on about our business. And okay, the tower's up here. Might have should have went over to this side. I don't know. I'll figure it out somehow. But yeah, they took full responsibility, so everything was cool with that. But yeah, luckily that's. Yeah, should have went up the other way. Damn it. Yeah, turn around and go back. Yeah, I just wish I could remember why I even started telling that story now, though. But oh well. I don't reckon it matters now. I should be able to go up this way, and it leads to. There's like a little lake area or something up here. I'm not 100% sure I'm going the right way here, but it all kind of leads to the same general area, I think, up here. Here we go. So maybe this might be it here. Yep, I believe so. It should take me up to the tower, I hope. Well, I think there was a fucking upgrade that I was gonna get on the way up here that I missed and forgot about because I was flapping my jaws about cars and all that shit, and which I forgot what I was, the whole reason I was doing that too. Again, I'm gonna blame lack of sleep because I can. Although I think we all pretty much know by now that's at least my short-term memories pretty fucking bad. Long-term memories still, you know, mostly intact. But my short-term memory spends most of its time in standby mode, it seems like. Which at least I'm feeling a little bit more awake now. So that's a plus. And see, there's a tunnel right here. I'm not sure if there's something I've got to do to open it or if it just opens up if I quote unquote discover it by driving over there to it. I'm not sure there was a damn. Because I got the one that was up here. I was thinking there was another one just over here somewhere. No, I don't reckon there was. See, there's something all the way up here. What the f... That looks like a vehicle, maybe. Since I'm already up here, fuck it, we go check it out. I'm just going to mark where the entrance is to whatever passes as a road. It's fine, it's just a little bump. Oh shit, I'm about out of gas, ain't I? That's alright. I'll stop right here and refuel. Because I've got 159 jerry cans on this sumbitch. But yeah, at least telling that story kind of woke me up a bit. At least temporarily. Yay, drove it on frozen fucking lake. Actually, let me head up here and discover this first. It does have a lock on it. Show details. This passage seems to be blocked for now. So I guess there'll be some missions or whatever I'll have to do to be able to unlock that. I had to do that on Alaska basically. I kind of just had to go to a different map and do a quick little delivery for a repair job to open that one up. I've been one like it on the first set of the Russian maps. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm still kind of because you can't actually really see where the fucking road is. Just to make sure, I'm just gonna mark it up through here, which it looks like it'd be kind of hard to make a wrong turn, considering I'm surrounded by either trees or rocks on about every side. But see, it does look like I could go that way. I probably can, but I don't need to. That's not going to lead me to where I want to go. Oh, look, it's another Chevrolet CK 1500. My car recently broke down and my friend Joe just happens to know how to fix it. Will you help tow it there? Yeah, I can do that. Where the fuck is Uncle Joe's shack? It's just over here. Yeah, hell, that ain't no big deal. Well, let's hook a winch to this sumbitch and get moving. I don't know if I'll get to keep the truck or not, but we'll tow it over there anyway. Which I don't need a third one of these things. I had two of them from the damn Michigan map. It's fine. 'Tis but a scratch. It's fine. It's just a scratch. It'll buff out. Which I don't remember now. Have I mentioned why the stream title is just a string of numbers? Because I was kind of in a rush and couldn't really think of anything to put as a title, so I just said fuck it and typed in a bunch of numbers. So yeah, that's why the stream title is just a string of numbers. Cause I have on my keyboard, I've got the number lock on all the time, so I could use the number pad on the end of the keyboard because I prefer using it to the numbers above the letters. Especially if I'm using a calculator app and doing that kind of stuff. Comes in really handy because it's laid out exactly like a calculator. But yeah, just randomly started hitting numbers and And I felt like I was at a good stopping point. I stopped. Yeah, it'll buff out. It'll be fine. It's fine. It'll buff out. That's what I say. I got the fucking hammer down. Why go slow when you can go fast and get there quicker? Although admit I do go slow sometimes in some of the very treacherous bits, like some of the little narrow, kind of rickety looking bridges with no side railing or anything on them. Nope. Yeah, kept the truck, which is fine. I still got experience points and a little bit of money from it, so. And that still leaves all of this stuff over here grayed out, and there's a couple. That should be, from the shape of it, that should be the logging area. I don't think there's anything of real significance over here other than that, though. Although it is possible there could be some. There could be an upgrade or something over in that direction, but let's see. Oh wait, abandoned truck. Aha, there's another vehicle. So I could go up there and grab that. Yeah. It looks like going this way, going up by the sawmill. Yeah. So I'll recover this back to the garage. And then I'm going to take a quick outhouse break. And I'll be right back. Okay, dokie. Is it back? So let's go. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, I forgot to switch back over to here. Didn't mean to do that. I didn't even know it would do that. Because I'd still had the thing highlighted over on OBS, so when I hit the button to move the thing down to leave garage, it actually changed the scenes on my OBS. I didn't even know I could control the fucking OBS with the damn controller. Oh well. What? Let me look in. Yeah, it's getting late. I'm gonna skip to morning. There we go. And actually, let me lay out a path here so I don't lose my way. Yeah, there. Uh, so I don't see. Oh yeah, there's also a tunnel over here. I forgot about that one. I might have to go through that one, and because there may be a thing to unlock this one from the other side, maybe. Because I think there's only one other map to this pack. I mean, there is a chance there might be another upgrade over in here somewhere. I can't remember. But honestly, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Actually, let me do that last one. I'll put it there instead because I need to go in here. And I had that one a little, just slightly past that maybe. Go up here. And then I need to go back here. Go up through here. And then somehow get over to there. Maybe that'll be frozen and I can drive over it, or I'll have enough room to get around it either way. Because this is a truck, not a boat. Well, I bet that water's cold as ice. There we go. Oh, this is rather deep. Good thing I got a fairly high snorkel on this thing. Which, that little truck, I kind of would have liked to have kept it. I liked the body style of it and everything, but it would have been hard as shit to find parts for now. Now, the one that I've had out of all the vehicles I've had that I really now regret getting rid of was that four-wheel drive 78 Ford that I had. Because I would love to have something automatic to drive now because of my knees. Of course, I don't drive hardly at all anymore anyway, so I don't guess it matters all that much, but still, I really would like to have that, kept that truck. But at that time, I was young, and I was determined that I wanted a straight shift and a four-wheel drive. And I was tired of working on that truck, because I had to do a lot of work to it, which granted I only give $500 for it when I got it. Didn't even have a fucking bed on it when I bought it. And it was just the cab and everything that was still on it was just painted with black spray paint primer. That is not frozen, but I see a path to get across right over here. But yeah, if I had kept that, then all the money that I've spent on vehicles. Oh, it's another one of those little internationals that I like. But yeah, all the money I've spent on vehicles since I got rid of that four-wheel drive Ford, I could have taken that money and completely restored that four-wheel drive. And it would have been as good or better than brand new. And I would have had something that was automatic and a little easier on my knees. Although getting up into it might have been a little hard with my knees the way they are now, because it was a highboy, which meant it had the factory lift kit on it. And I am fairly short. So that could have been a problem. But nothing a fucking step or something couldn't fix. And hell, now you can even get, the automatic steps that they got for that some of the newer trucks have them. You can get aftermarket ones of those now. So that would have been awesome. I would love to have something like that, but whatever. What's done is done. You can't change the past. So you just have to live with the decisions you've made and do the best you can from what you got, and hopefully learn a little something along the way. Deliver to house in the valley. Oh, Joey. And it looks like it's going to be a pain in the ass to get to. Yep, because it looks like I'm going to have to go all the way here, cross this bridge, and then come all the way back down through here. Because this line here is a pipeline. I think there's only a couple places where I can cross over. Uh, Or there may even not be, because it don't look like either one of those is high enough to drive under. I may have to... Oh well. Nothing to it but to do it. And I'm sure this little truck's going to get quite beat up along the way. It's already banging off of shit. Which there was one thing about that four-wheel drive that I probably would have changed, and that would have probably been the engine. Because I had the 351 modified in it, which basically was Ford's small block 400. And I mean, it was the motor was all right. It wasn't great. Sounded pretty damn good. But it seems like I remember there was some kind of common problem with those. I don't even remember now. Of course, the only problem would have been to swap that out. I might have had to swap transmissions too. Because I don't remember for sure. But I'm guessing that that truck would have had a C6 transmission in it. Because I had a two-wheel drive 78 truck, Ford F100, for a while. And it also had a 351 modified in it. And it had a C6 in it. And if I had swapped, if I had pulled that 351 modified out, I would have probably put a 351 Windsor back in it. Because those were decent, reliable motors, and they had decent power to them. Because my parents actually had a car when I was growing up that had a 351 Windsor in it. So actually, I could have probably pulled that motor out of that car and rebuilt it at that time. Which, technically, I still have the car. I have no idea where it is. I know who's got it, but I don't exactly know where it is. Shit, I'm never going to be able to get through here towing this damn thing. Let me unhook that. No. Yes. I'm gonna have to do some inching and winching here. But yeah, I know that by now there's not a damn thing on that car that could be used for anything. It's just junk now. Because it's set for way too long, and for a long time the hood was halfway hanging off of it. So I'm sure water got into the motor. It's been sitting on the ground, so the oil pan probably rusted off of it. But yeah. But yeah, I could have completely restored that whole thing. That old four-wheel drive Ford. And it could have possibly lasted me basically the rest of my life. Maybe I can get the rest of the way from here. That's although I might run into some other spots over on that little island bit, but and there are some muddy bits in places I've already been, but they're not deep water like it, so I should still be able to. Oh shit, I didn't mean to detach the fucking winch. Yeah, I know I've got it pretty close, but it'll be fine. That'll help it to be a little bit less likely to get hung up on a tree or something if I gotta go around something. It's fine, it's just a little scratch. I thought I was gonna clip that pole there for a second. Because it was kind of drifting that way a little bit. It's slow going, but it's still moving forward at least. Which it could help some, maybe if I turned on the engine of the towed vehicle, but just power through with the old F-750. 750. Oh, this might be. Oh, there we go. Got it moving forward again. Just had to let off of the gas, let that transmission change back down. Oh yeah, looks like there's gonna be some rough going through here. I forgot about the fact that this road has some really bad holes in it. So I think the one I just went through might be the worst. Not this one, but the previous one. Might have been the deepest one out of them. Like I say, it might be slow going, but as long as I'm still moving forward, then at least I'm making progress. Change down. Tell you, as much as I'm struggling, I don't know how in the hell they ever got in and out of here with this fucking international truck. It's still got some shitty tires on it. It's not lifted as much as this one is. Now, we'll have to see. I might end up having to do some inching and winching through here. We'll see once this international gets down in the deep here with me. But I'm still moving forward so far. And that's the main thing, gotta keep moving forward. I don't know whether or not it'll let me keep the international once I get it over here. Because a lot of times it don't let you keep it. It just disappears when you get it to the thing. And it's off into the ether somewhere. But usually even when it don't, when it does do that, when the truck just disappears once you get it delivered and it don't let you keep the truck, it still, if you haven't already unlocked it, it'll unlock it for purchase from the truck store that you access from the garage. Holy cow. That was a lot of mud being slung all over everything. Oh, yes, it's some rough terrain, though. Just because it's so deep and muddy and sticky and oh boy. I start that mess again. Yep. It took the truck off into the ether somewhere. Which I already had that particular truck unlocked from when I did it on the Alaska map. But that's alright. Like I say, I still get experience points and a little bit of cash out of it. That vehicle can just stay over there because it's only used for a couple things anyway. And the one that's at the garage, that big Caterpillar thing, it can just stay there for now too. No point collecting them and putting them in the garage yet. And I guess I think that's all the road stuff. So I guess now the next thing is to go to that other tunnel down here in the corner and go to the other map. I can't remember if there's a garage on the other map or not. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and recover this to the garage. That way it'll be all repaired, all full of fuel. I was trying to think of what the last map I played on was before PlayStation kicked the bucket. I'll have to look at the available maps in the menu to see. Because I think the order, when you go into the world map view, it shows you all the different regions up at the top that you can cycle through. I think it goes in order of release. So I might be able to look at that and jog my memory to remember. As I remember on console, I had the first year and second year passes. I don't think I got the third year one though. But I believe I do have it on here. Which once they come out with their new game, there probably won't be anything else released for this one. Because before this one, they made SnowRunner. And to my knowledge, I don't think they've done anything to it. Maybe since this one came out. They might have done some little patches or something, I don't know. Because like I say, I never played SnowRunner. See, this is a nice bridge. It's got rails on it. So I'm not as worried about bouncing my stupid ass off of the side of it. I hit a little bump or something. Because this truck can bounce a little high sometimes. Might as well pull in here and get gas. While I'm doing that, let me look at the menu here. Global map. Yukon, Wisconsin. Tennessee, that was the last one I was on. And yep, I even remember now, I was in the middle of doing a delivery mission when the game crashed, because I think I might have had some conflicts with some of the mods. Because it got to where it would crash anytime I would try to play it, and then of course it got to where it would overheat anytime I tried to play it. Because I found it kind of funny when I first started having that overheating problem with that PlayStation. The two games that always seemed to trigger it were this and No Man's Sky, and both of them use the Havoc game engine, which is by Microsoft, I believe. Because at that time I could play any of the other games I had on there, and it wouldn't overheat. It was just when I would try to play those two. But then it got to where it would start overheating on other games, and then it got to even where it was overheating after a while of watching videos. And then it got to where you'd turn it on, not even have to do anything, just let it sit in the menu, and within 5 minutes of turning it on, it would overheat and shut off. And once it warned you that it was overheating, you wouldn't even have time to manually turn it off before it would shut off on its own. And that was even after giving it a thorough cleaning, putting in new thermal paste. And that's one of the things that I tend to complain about, because I've still got my PS2 and I still don't have any problems with it at all. It works just as good as the day I took it out of the box. PS3, probably 3 or 4 years into having it, the optical drive quit working on it, stopped reading discs, which was a common problem with those, at least from what I've read on forums and things. And rather than do the right thing and have some kind of recall on it because they used some cheap outsourced optical drive or something, I don't remember exactly. I remember reading about it, but yeah, it was a common problem on those. And yeah, rather than doing the right thing and, like doing a recall or offering to replace the faulty disc, I said, nope, you ship your PS3 to Sony, pay for shipping it, a $150 repair cost. They would replace it and send it back to you. I was like, no, fuck you. And then the PS4, overheating problems. And those were also common, from my understanding. I remember even seeing this kind of parody video this one guy did where he'd taken the case off of a PS4 and somehow managed to put it onto some kind of little cooking grill or something. So it made it look like he was cooking something on a PS4. But I mean, you could obviously tell what he had done. But yeah, so both. I mean, if I wanted to hook my PS3 up and just play whatever games that I downloaded onto it, I could still do that. But any of the games that I had on disc are useless. And I'm pretty sure they shut down like any of the streaming stuff or whatever on it, so you can't do any of that anymore on it, I don't believe. And then of course the PS4, I can't even turn it on, it'll just turn right back off from overheating. So but yeah, my PS2, I could probably turn it on right now and it would probably work perfectly fine. And it'll play the PS1 disc too, if I remember correctly. So somewhere between PS2 and the PS3, Sony decided, fuck it, we don't need to make a reliable product anymore. We'll just throw this out there. But it seems that that's kind of par for the course with most companies these days. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking towers. Damn, that's a lot of towers. Looks like I should probably go this way first. I'm not remembering this map just yet. It'll probably start to come back to me as I travel on it more, but just off of the bat, I don't remember shit. Garage. Okay, so this one does have the garage. So let me go open that up first. That way if I break this thing beyond repair or get myself in a position that I can't get out of any other way, I can at least recover it back to here. Okay, yeah, this map's starting to come back to me a little bit now. Not a lot, but a little bit anyway. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way first. Go to that one. Yeah, I remember this weird little intersection here. I believe I need to go that way. Yeehaw. Yep, that's the road. Oh, fuck you, camera collision. I think at least all driving games and stuff like this should have it built into the game to be able to turn off camera collision. I mean, so many modern games allow you to turn on and off so much different stuff. It seems to me like it would be a simple enough thing to do, since people do make mods to be able to turn off camera collision. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to get up here on this road somehow. Can come down this way and connect with this road. I could go all the way back over here and up this way. It's a hell of a long way to go, though. But this is all just swampy mess here. But it's going to be a shorter drive if I can get from here to here. Fuck it, we'll try it anyway. If I fail, I can recover back to the garage and then just come out and go up this way. But actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna call it here because my guts are rumbling. So I'm gonna have to go spend some quality time in the outhouse. In other words, I'm gonna have to go drop a deuce. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and end it here, since I'm gonna have to go do that, because I'm sure y'all don't want to wait on me to do that and come back. So yeah, let's see. Tomorrow will be 7 days, and then Thursday should be Medieval Dynasty. Like I said, I do have those basically demos of a couple games, but I'm thinking I'll just play those on my own offline, because I don't know how long they'll go for and whatever, so, and how limited they are in scope, so I figure it'd be better just to play that on my own, because I just kind of want to play them to see, because it's a couple games that I've considered getting. And I love it when they offer a demo like that so you can play a little bit. Because, I mean, back in the day, like when, you had video rental places everywhere, just about every one of them also had video games. So you could rent the game, play it. If you liked it, you could go buy it. Or if it was a shorter game, just rent it, beat it, take it back. But, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it for now. And so I can go take care of some business. So I hope everybody has a good one. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.